Alright, in the previous clip, we used that axis to align our projection camera here to match the position of the shot cam. But even if we did align those two cameras together, the result of the camera projection here, it's still not looking great. It should look like that, and it looks like that. So what is the problem? Well, if you open the properties of your two cameras, so here I have my shot cam, and here I have my camera 1, which is my proche cam. By the way, let's rename it proche cam. I can see that the focal length is different. We are shooting through a focal length of 50, but we are projecting with a focal length of 35. And as well as the horizontal and vertical apertures are different here and there. If I look in the 3D viewer, I can see that my camera frustum, which is the representation of what my camera is seeing, is way different. Here in green, we do have the projection camera. And here in gray, we have the shot cam. So obviously, we don't see the same thing because even if our cameras are at the same position, they are very different. So I will need to modify those things. The problem is that I cannot modify my proche cam. Because if I modify the focal length of my proche cam, then the texture won't lining up anymore and it will create weird results. Let's revert back to 35. And I cannot as well modify my shot cam because if I modify the shot cam, for example, let's modify that guy here, it will create some weird things here. So no, I cannot. So let's revert that as it was before. Perfect. Okay, so how I'm going to do? Well, I'm going to create a special camera for my projection system. So for that, I will come to my shot cam, select it, do a Ctrl+C to copy it, and paste it down there. And I will hook up my skyline render to it. There we go. So I will rename that shot cam for proche, just to identify it properly. And now I will match that camera to the projection settings of my proche cam. Then I will save my shot cam for the rest of the scene and I won't destroy any of my work here, but I will have a special shot cam for that projection. So I can close the shot cam here because I don't need it for now. And now let's modify the shot cam for proche. Okay, first thing I like to modify the focal length. And I can see that it's blue. It means that there are keyframes here. Well, I don't want keyframes, so I could go and delete all the keyframes for all the keyframes that I have, but it seems that there is keyframes on all the frames, so it will be a lot of work. So I could go to my curve editor and delete the key from there or the dope sheet. But what I can do as well is simply go there, do a right click on focal length and click on no animation. And that will simply delete all the keyframes that I will have for that attribute. Don't worry, you will keep the keyframes for the other attributes. You're just deleting that guy here. Now I can change the value for 35. Okay. And now I will copy as well the horizontal aperture here and the vertical aperture here. And now if I look out of my skyline render, this looks like something I could use. So I don't want to lie to you by telling you that this technique is perfect. And if you compare the input and the output, it's actually a little bit different. Well, this is because we are using truncated values here, so the result is not 100% accurate. But here, this is something we can use, and this is great. So I will simply delete those guys here because I don't need them anymore, and I will plug that guy out here. And now if I look at my comp, I can see that I have my rocks moving and I get that very nice parallax between my object. This looks very cool. Great. Okay, before ending this video, I still have a little problem here. As you can see, this rock is cut in the middle. And maybe it's because I didn't went on my Proj 3D here and disable the crop. No, because now I got stretched pixels instead. This comes from the fact that here we actually don't have extra information. We don't have bounding box with extra pixels for that rock. So when we are on the frame that is showing a place where we don't have anything to project on it, well, it will just show stretched pixels, which is not nice. So there is two solutions for that. The first one will be to come here and to paint extra texture for that rock, which is a great solution. But here I like to do it quick. So the second solution is to simply remove that part of the projection. And I will do that now. And I will use for that a rotor node that I will create with the O key. And I will just draw a garbage matte around that asteroid here. And I will now create a merge node with the M key. And I will plug the merge node right after my asteroid for the B pipe. And I will plug the rotor to the A pipe. And I will switch my operation of the merge node to stencil. And now if I look through my viewer here, I can see that I removed that rock. The stencil operation is used to remove things from an image. So now if I look out here, I can see that I don't have that rock that bothers me anymore. Here, not here. Perfect. Alright, let's meet up in the next clip to see the shots being cached and to assign you some homeworks as well. See you there.